Hi there, this is Dylan from Business English Unplugged, and this is Activity 6, Job Swap. Remember, these activities are Dogma, they're conversation driven, they're materials light, and they focus on emergent language. So this is a very simple activity. The learner is asked to imagine they were doing their colleague's job and describe their role. They can talk about their duties, tasks, responsibilities, and so on. And explaining someone's job can help build their professional vocabulary, but also their perspective. They can put themselves into the position, into the shoes of their colleagues. And it is a fun activity, and there are plenty of learning opportunities because they could focus on tasks, responsibilities, feelings, and so on. They could even swap roles with you, and they can imagine they have to describe your job as a business English trainer. The procedure is very simple. Again, we start with the relate, where they can connect this task to their own professional life. Maybe just talk about one of their colleagues, ask them to talk about their colleague and what they do. And then you go through the rehearse stage if needed. This is optional, but you could elicit some of this vocabulary that describes their colleagues' jobs, but also functional phrases like they're primarily responsible for, a key task is, they're in charge of, so they can practice talking about responsibilities and duties. And then the respond part is where they actually do it. So you set up a quick simulation. Maybe you're at a company meeting and one person says to the other person, so what do you do? And they have to imagine the colleague explaining their job. After they've done it once, you can reflect and refine. So that's correcting, reformulating, expanding, highlighting uses of effective vocabulary or phrases they used in the respond part. And then you get them to repeat. Now, you could make it more challenging by asking them to maybe talk about a different job. They might struggle a bit with that specific vocabulary related to that job, but they'd still be given the chance to practice the functional language. So you could probably repeat this 3, 4, 5 times with different jobs if you really wanted to hone in on functional language we use when we talk about our jobs or jobs in general. As a follow-up activity, you could get them to write a job description, or again, you could actually ask them to do it as a voice note or just record it, and then you could listen back and they could review and recycle some of that functional vocabulary, functional phrases we used for talking about jobs. So this is quite a fun activity, and actually you could also do it with groups. That's Job Swap.